We live? Oh, yo, listen, it's your boy Marozela, coming to you live from Zoo City. I'm about to have an interview with Joe Plato on his and hers talk show. Put these in the group. But yeah, stay tuned for that. We're about to go live.
You're gonna excuse me for this, but it's hella hot here. But yeah, bruh, if you can take us through probably how you probably write your songs and the inspiration behind that, probably that process before we even get to how you got to write this this project that we're gonna talk about today, or whatever this is about.
When I try to when it's like, cause it's about 4 a.m. or some shit like that, and I just woke up, I smoked the morning blunt, just chilling, scrolling through Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just like fucking, let me just make a beat. I make that beat is fire. Like it takes like 10 minutes to make as opposed to the 30 it takes to maneuver a beat that you're trying to copy a technique, or because you're trying to follow soma chord by chord and things of this nature. Producers know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and then when it comes to writing, I'm also follow the melody that I made while making the beat, the melody that I made while making the whole thing. Like I just I freestyle like mambo on the mic according to the thing, whatever flow comes to mind, and then I try to write lyrics according to those flows. So I guess that's why you'd say most of my shit fits with the beat, because it's really some natural gibberish shit, and when you're doing that type of shit, it's from mind to mouth in connection with the beat. So when you translate that into actual words and put bars, it's a whole different level.
So basically, tuning would say when I'm writing for you, it's not like you be in a different state of mind or whatever. That is like tuning would say, if say you're gonna write a project maybe based on, I'm not gonna say topic based or whatever that shit is you're saying, it's based on, let me say it's based on the street hustle or whatever that shit, or drugs, or that fucking state of mind. I don't know if it's a state of mind or whatever.
It happens sometimes, like the shit I sent you, like casuals. And
yeah.
Like the way I'm in a space, I don't necessarily try to
be in a space.
Be in that space. It just so happens. So I guess maybe in that case, particular moment, like beats don't inspire my general writing, but they inspire particular moments that it make me write. You know what I mean? Like the beat for Casuals, I haven't dropped that yet, but it's gonna be on Dearly Departed. The beat for that, I was making that shit, and that shit was so fucking even before I even rap, you can already tell what it's about to be, what it's about to go on. You can feel the emotion as soon as the roads kick in. You know what I mean? So if I'm getting that type of feedback from people listening to the beat, imagine me as a first person listener, like the first person to listen to that shit. What it must have gotten out of me, and obviously heard that shit, and that it was just this one sort of statement. You know what I mean? So I guess in that way, a beat can inspire me, and a beat did inspire me. I do have those moments. I can't say my creative process is this linear thing, like this straightforward, like there's no diversions, there's no branches. It could be as random as the universe is, you know?
That's so true. We're gonna jump straight to probably how you got to start writing or start tuning now, because I don't know if you had the title in mind before you started writing about the project that we're gonna be talking about, or it's something you decided as you checked what's now I'm compiling these songs, and it's making these type of sounds, and it would mean some for me to say, or to continue passing this type message.
It was concept before. It was definitely the concept before the songs.
So yeah, that take me through that process probably of, because we're talking about Dearly Departed, which is an album Marozela's gonna drop in a few. I'm not gonna say when because he's here. He can talk and he's gonna tell.
Hey, he said a few. He said a few. That's all he can. Okay, but yeah, that's basically like watching. I mean, I'm into a lot of podcasts and things of this nature. So I watch like shit like the Joe Rogan Experience, right? On the Joe Rogan Experience, there's this dude called Duncan Trussell that pulls up there every now and again as a guest, and every time he's on there, they talk about some trippy shit with Joe. Yeah. So this dude is talking about this the Buddhist interpretation of what happens after death, which is Bardo. Bardo is these 3 steps of death. Then you're in purgatory in the middle before you get reborn into the next life. You know what I mean? That's what Buddhists believe in. And that concept, I don't know why, because I wasn't even watching the podcast on that day or even the day before. But for some reason, just on a random 4 a.m., I started writing a poem, right? I don't know if you ever saw that poem.
The one that you posted on Twitter.
Yeah. That poem was called Bardo, like that whole shit.
Oh, now it makes sense because I think I've checked your Bardo username on Twitter. Then that poem about afterlife or life after death, whatever that shit was about. But yeah, that shit.
It's basically a poem describing my description of the process of death, purgatory, and then reincarnation. That sparked. Like when I read that poem, it, like I always tell you with like shit that I write, it gets deeper even for me as I read it. Like it is concepts within it that I didn't even like intentionally put there, but I get from it when I read into it, and that's what inspired. I realized it's like when the poem I was writing is in alignment to what I'm trying to do in my life right now, which is kill the old self. You know what I mean, and get reborn into what I envision myself as, what my reincarnation is. You know what I mean? So that's what Dearly Departed is like. Some shit you say at a funeral. And then,
to your old self.
Exactly. And it's gonna be like a 3-part tape thing. This is the first edition. Like I'm gonna drop it like every once in a while. Like whenever there's a part of me that a large part of me that dies, that I have to acknowledge. You know what I mean? I have to acknowledge the song. That's what another version of it. And there'll only be three levels to it.
Let's quickly go to probably the structure of, or I'm not saying the structure, I'm gonna say the sounding, whatever you're gonna structure the sound, probably in terms of from the intro. I'm not saying you already have those, but oh yeah, good thing you do. I'm thinking from the intro, what type of sound are you trying to?
You kind of don't want to give away what's in the sausage, eh?
Huh?
You kind of don't want to give away what's in the sausage.
You
know
do
what I mean?
Sometimes, eh?
But yeah, it's a transition. It's like if you ever listen to Swimming by Mac Miller, it's basically a more ethereal version of that. Like it's a more grand Buddhist version of swimming, because it is an endeavor. It is a voyage on a river of time. If you read the poem, you know what I'm saying. This will all make sense when the album drops. I don't want to give away too much because it's a really dope concept that I really worked on. It sounds good to me. But first track is like no drums, no whatever. I have to do the poem, and then I have to do like an intro verse. Of course, I'm not just gonna waste the first like slot on just some spoken word shit. I have to, even though the poem is bars, I still have to put actual bars on that. And then like it's gonna be like the sound is not definite. There's definitely the way it's coming together, because it's 9 songs, right? And I've decided all my projects are gonna be 9 songs from now on, right? Because Michael Jackson used to do that shit. Michael
He was
Jackson used to
feeling
get
like
it.
young Michael Jackson.
Bro, listen, dog. You gotta think like the goats to be the goats.
I
Feel
see.
me?
I see.
Motherfucker used to drop nine fucking
Songs.
so obviously, good. The fact that the music is fire is what made it like purchasable and replayable. But the fact that it's a short, digestible body of work, motherfucker could have 6 singles on that motherfucker and it would sell, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can afford to put 6 bangers, like concentrate on 9 songs. And like and really has 6 fire ones or 3 fire ones when motherfuckers do like 18 track projects and then have like 2 real bangers really.
Yeah.
You know? Like then the rest is just you keep that to yourself. Or drop it on some regular shit on SoundCloud or some bullshit like that. But don't give us that shit like as a project. And that's why I decided it's gonna be 9 tracks. And it's divided into 3 tracks each because 9, I mean, and those divisions, those categories of 3s, they seem to have different sounds. Like I seem to be like every time I make a new song, like the shit that we made, the hard freestyle, it fits. It's the last song in the 3 to 6 section because it's Agua, it's Scenic Road, and then it's that hard freestyle. That's 3 to 6 section. And that's a very similar sound. 1, 2, very different songs. 7, 8, 9, very different songs. You know what I mean? And things like Casual Zella and like the last section, chapter 3 is I guess what I'd call it. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I see. So
very Kid Cudi-esque.
This is very Kid Cudi. But now that you said a whole bunch of shit, I wanted to ask about the track listing or whatever. But now but hey,
sort of talked about it.
Yeah, but let's take me through the production. Probably, I'm not gonna say because I know you'll be able, but yeah, the production team I was gonna vibe.
Production is obviously there's gonna be a whole lot more Zyver and the Waters involved type of production, like very live, especially in section 9. I mean the section 3, like 7 to 9 tracks. Like you listen to Casual Zella, that's very Zyver and the Waters. So section 9 is gonna be very Zyver and the Waters. Then if you know what I'm saying, Zyver and the Waters is like a live band that makes like really good music, you know what I mean? And
Thank you very much.
I'm trying to be convincing, okay? They make very, very, very great
Good,
music.
I'm trying to pick up.
Okay.
Away, buddy.
Follow them at Water the Zybers on Twitter, you feel me? But shout out to Zyver and the Waters. Zyver and the Waters like make live instrumental type shit. So the chapter 3 is gonna be for them. Chapter 2 is gonna be for like Zyver to produce shit. And then chapter 1 is shit that I produce with other people. You know, like beats I made with other people. Lot of features on chapter 1. Lot of features on chapter 1. Chapter 2, I think you're the only feature.
Because I think.
Chapter 3, there's no feature. At all. It's just a solo process. So chapter 1 is gonna have a lot of features. Song 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7, 8, 9.
It's still sounding like it's gonna be a hell of a project. Nah, I know it's a hell of a project. I know with Brian. That's a sequence. Nah, that's a sequence, guys. I can tell you that. But plans of how you're gonna release it or where you're gonna take it.
We're going to Apple, baby.
We're going to Apple, baby.
Let's go.
Niggas must fix their sense and shit.
Run the check, bro. It might be difficult for you to get the music if you ain't on Apple or Spotify. It's not like an exclusion of people. I understand. But it's like, bro, I realized with the podcast, right? The American show. Shout out to the American show with Marozela. Whereas you get that on Apple Podcast. What I realized with this shit is that people have access to shit like Apple. People have access to shit like Spotify and whatever on a regular in ways that I guess underestimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially here. That type of concern makes sense in this type of context of the country. You know what I mean? But like on a global scale, what are we talking about? Spotify but here it's not, right? So and then I realized, okay, no, actually it is. In a way, it's not, but motherfuckers have access to that shit somehow. So I can still post my shit, I can still do that shit, and maybe have a couple songs on SoundCloud that inspire people to, instead of just having like, because well I feel like artists are dicks when they have these like 30-second snippets, this 1 minute snippets of a 4 minute song, and then they
On
stream it
SoundCloud,
on
then they
SoundCloud, and
tune
then they
via
tune buy it on
iTunes.
iTunes, and like
Like I
that's a
haven't
dick
had
move.
none.
I'm on SoundCloud for a reason, you know what I mean? So it's like just have a couple that you throw on there, even like regular my one song a week type things. Only projects are gonna be like exclusively on Apple,
Yeah, see
like
what you mean.
on streamers, you know what I mean?
But you're gonna be having music
Like
that's for SoundCloud.
singles and things like that. Oh my god, that's going on SoundCloud, man.
No way.
Twitter, I'm doing a shit ton of Twitter videos.
No way. So I and your teaser me I cover is at
Godzilla, mine. Oh yeah, at Godzilla, GOATZELLA. At Godzilla, catch me on Twitter, bro.
Zella, try to stress.
So listen, man. It's boy Marozela coming to you live from Zoo City.